Hi guys, welcome to a brand new episode of PSLE Math Secrets Review. Today's session is going to be a very short one because we are dealing with two paper 1 questions. And for these two paper 1 questions, there isn't much time allocated to it. So without further ado, let's dive straight into it. So this is a question 5. The figure is made up of 5 squares A, B, C, D, E. So I'll just do my basic annotation. And they're asking us what fraction of the figure is square D. So square D refers to the very small one. Okay, the very small one that's at the bottom of the picture. So for a question like this, typically the child is given only 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute to complete this under exam condition. Okay, and calculators are not allowed for a question like this. So how can I arrive at a question in just 1 minute? Let me show you. And stay all the way till the end, because after completing this question, I'll be showing how I actually complete the other paper 1 question. Okay, the other MCQ question. So do stay all the way till the end to find out what the other question is. So let me quickly label my diagram. So I'll label it, and I realized that at the bottom, at the bottom, there are 4 squares. So naturally speaking, I will call each one of it, like 1 unit. Okay, so 1 unit. And given that, for my length of the square A, right, it has got to be 4 units. So 4 units for the length and 4 units for the other side. And I have a piece of good news to share, is that if I do not want to actually work it out, for a question like this, I can use the ruler and pencil to draw it out. Okay, so let me just demonstrate to everyone how this can be achieved. Okay, how this can be achieved. So let me tilt the ruler, okay, instead of tilting the diagram. So I'll just quickly draw. Draw lines to cut this figure out, okay, into equal parts. So I realized that I can basically cut the big square up into 4 rectangular strips. Okay, then I will do likewise for the other side, meaning I've done the horizontal line, I've done the vertical line, and now I would like to do the same for the horizontal line. So I just estimate the middle part. Okay, so even if I have no ruler, I can actually draw the lines. Not a problem, just that having a ruler makes it look nicer and clearer for everybody. Okay, I'm almost done. So there we have it. I've managed to successfully cut this big square up into 16 smaller squares, whereby each of them are of the same size as square B, C, D, or E. So we can say that square A is like 4 units times 4 units, which will give us 16 units squared. And we can also say that for B, C, D, and E, there are 4 smaller squares, so that will be 16 unit square. We add the 4 unit square, and that leads us to 20 unit square. So for a question that's asking us what fraction of the figure is square D, so let me just use red color ink to shade square D for everyone's reference. So this is square D that's being shaded now. So typically I'll write down fraction D, and that has got to be D out of the total, and in this case D is 1, and my total will just be 16 plus 4. Okay, 16 plus 4, 20. So it's 1 out of 20, and I found the answer is actually option 4. So I've been teaching my pupils in school and also the students that come to me for tuition, that instead of drawing a bracket on the right side, it's actually more convenient to circle the option. So we circle the option before we shade it. Alright, so now we are done with question 5. Let's jump on to another question. But before doing that, let me just quickly save the question. Okay? Just give me a moment as I save this for future reference. And I'll actually call this, like, simple fractions. It's very, very simple. There are no tricks to it at all. And if you do see this in the exam, very good for us, very good for you. And I really hope that you'll be able to do well. Okay? So let's move on to the next question. Okay, next question. So are we ready? I'm sure you are ready. So the next question will look something like this. Alright. So in the question itself, there are red, blue, and yellow pens. Okay, let us do our annotation. Red, blue, and yellow pens that we use for writing. And they say that the ratio of the red to blue is 2 to 3. Yellow to total, red and blue. Not as in grand total, but total red and blue, 5 to 6. What fraction of the pens in the box are blue pens? Okay. So how we actually do this? We have to ask ourselves, what is the question looking out for? What is the question requesting us to do? So if we have red, blue, there's this red plus blue that we got to take note of. Okay, red, blue, and red plus blue. So I draw a simplified table, a simple table. Red to blue is 2 to 3. But since I have a table, I can just put it down as 2 units, 3 units, and they add up to 5 units. So no worries at all. Okay. So the next part they're asking us, they say that the ratio of the yellow as compared to the red plus blue. And they say that that is 5 to 6. And I would like to include one more part called total. So it is yellow to red plus blue and to the total. In this case, the total refers to all the pens, all the 3 colors of red, blue, and yellow. So if the yellow is 5, the red plus blue is 6 units. It leads us to a total of 11 units. So we realize that there's a slight problem. Okay, at this juncture, there's a slight problem. Because my red plus blue in the first table on the left is 5 units, but my red plus blue, it happens to be 6 units for the table on the right. Then what should I do? How can I resolve this situation? Okay, and we can easily resolve the situation by finding the LCM. So LCM, if you have forgotten, it actually refers to lowest common multiple. So LCM of 5 and 6, it must be 30. Which means that for everything on the left side, the left table, I will multiply by 6 to turn the number into 30. And in doing so, my red is now 12 units. My blue will now be 18 units. Because 3 times 6 that gives me 18. And 5 times 6 will be 30 units. Okay? What about the table on the right side? If I were to turn the R plus B, which is the red plus blue, into 30, I will have to multiply it by 5. Okay? Multiply it by 5. And if I choose to do that, my yellow will be 25 units. My R plus B, my red plus blue, will become 30 units. And my grand total will become 55 units. Okay, 55 units. So now the question is asking us, what fraction of the pens in the box are blue pens? So to solve this last portion, I will just write down fraction blue. So fraction blue happens to be blue out of the total. And my blue must be 18, okay, as seen in the previous table on the left. Whereas my total refers to yellow plus red plus blue, and that is 55. So finally, I have to ask myself if my answer is in the simplest form, and 18 out of 55, lo and behold, is actually option 3. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video, or if you got anything out of it whatsoever, please hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Also, feel free to comment below where you guys are tuning in from. That's always nice for us to know. And finally, if you are new to this channel and you haven't already, remember, hit the subscribe, hit the notifications button. There's a little bell sign, by the way, because this year we are committed to making weekly videos to hold you accountable and to make this your best year in mathematics. But for now, this is Teacher Ray signing off. Bye bye.